Hey everybody, this is Jeff at Build an Aquarium Workshop, and today we're going to go ahead and talk about this little, what appears to be a female Ocellatus right here. Get her to come to the, I'm pointing right here, and get her to come to the glass for you to see. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and relocate her down below. When we first got her in, the two below, two other ocellatus. You can see she's getting picked on here a little bit, but she's got her 4 shells and she's been holding her own for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And what happened is the two below, which are probably male ocellatus, have kept her in a corner. So after a day, I relocated her up here. The fish are starting to grow, and the problem here is that number one, we want to get her back down there where we can breed her. As they grow, she'll be get ready for breeding. She'll pick one of those males, and or one of the males will pair up with her, and then we can start thinking about breeding them. But also this tank up here, and this fish is kind of coming this way. The Kendallii is a predatory fish, as is this one right here, the Attenuatus. And the Kendallii is going to get quite big, and he has a big mouth, and he will outgrow her, which he is already doing, and he'll be able to eat her up probably. So we don't want that to happen. So we are going to go ahead and relocate her down below. But before we can do that, we are going to go ahead and put in a tank divider. So today's episode is about compatibility and about sometimes how to relocate fish that you can't really, especially aggressive fish, that you can't just say, hey, I'm going to put her, acclimate her by floating her in another or the fish in another tank, and after 15-20 minutes putting them in, and then everybody gets along. Unfortunately, that won't be the case here because the males have been dominating that tank for at least 3 weeks. And what will happen is if I put her in, she'll be back up in the quarter, maybe even worse. We don't want that to happen, so we're going to let her gain some territory down below in the 20-gallon, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so there's the screen together. We purposely put the frame on. The screen comes up rolled, and it's, to unroll it, it's a pain. You know how posters are. It's the same thing. So we put the frame on. We're going to let it sit overnight. We're not going to, it's kind of late tonight, so we're going to actually move the Ocellatus tomorrow. Now, the width is perfect. The height is the problem because it's for a 29-gallon, which is pretty tall. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to trim it. Now, I believe I have the extra pieces, the blue frame pieces from the last screen that I had in a 20-gallon long when I used to breed them. So I've kept that. I'm going to go out there and look for it. And if that's the case, then those blue pieces, I won't have to cut them. They will actually be the perfect size for this tank. All I'll have to do is cut the screen, and that's it. Okay, so here's our 20 long with the two male Ocellatus, and what we need to do is we need to bring that female Ocellatus down here. And you see there's a lot of shells here. We'll bring her with her 4 shells, and we'll probably go ahead and go with this side. We're going to have to relocate the filter. The filter is not going to work very well. The side that has the divider, where the filter is not on that side, it's going to block the filtration. And so we're going to have to do, for a couple of weeks at least, while we try to get her used to the males, is we're going to go ahead and put the divider in, and most of the tank will be with the filter, and then one little section for her will be blocked. The filter will mainly be blocked by the divider. So we're going to have to do probably a couple, maybe 1 or 2 small partial water changes to keep the area clean. Okay, so we're back at this Ocellatus tank that we are putting a divider in today. And so what we had to do is relocate the filter. If you remember, the filter was on the left, when we're facing the tank, and we put it on the right. And the reason for that is because we need to put the divider in probably around here and give that side to the female Ocellatus. So we're going to put it back down here. And also, we've got 2 males down here, and we want, as you can see, they're in the dark right now, but we want her to pair up with one of those so we can breed them. Okay, so what we've done is we relocated the filter, and we did that with the lid because we had cut out a little section, so we just flipped that around. And then over here, I measured out already, got some tools, measured out the screen, and I had, luckily, these from before, because this one was for a 29-gallon, and they were huge. That's for a really deep tank. So we can't use those, so we have these from the previous, same brand and everything, and we've cut the screen on both sides, and now we're going to go ahead and take an X-Acto knife here. We're going to go ahead and cut it perfectly, because this dimension here is the exact width with these plastic pieces on. That's the exact width of the 20 long, so there's no reason to cut that side. So we're just going to cut the depth of the screen and then we're going to go ahead and put it in. We'll show you what it looks like once it's installed. And then they did give us these clips to keep them held there. You need 2 clips, 1 on each side, and if you don't put those on, the screen will just, you know, fall over, even if you dig it into the sand, and it won't be any good. Fish could just start getting back and forth from one side to the other. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, so we have our screen cut to size. All plastic pieces of the frame are on it, and then there's these 2 pieces right here. This one's backwards, goes the other way. That's gonna help clip it on to the frame of the tank. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that before we put it into the tank. Then we're gonna put it into the tank, and hopefully it fits. If we have to shave the screen a little bit on the height, we can. Not a big deal, because you have to accommodate for these plastic pieces here that take, you know, maybe 1/8 of an inch, something like that. Okay, so we'll show it to you installed. Okay, so here we are. We've put the female Ocellatus back in the 20-gallon long, and she, as you can see, is already defending her territory. She's got 4 shells in there, and the male on the other side is going crazy, which I'm going to show you right now. He has that territory. So you can see here's the divider, and there they are. Let's see. There we go. You can see them going at each other. And then the other male is over here. So anyway, the divider worked out. It's been a couple days before I put her in to make sure, you know, nobody could slip on to the other side, which this thing even looks baby proof, so I don't even think if they had little small babies they'd be able to slip over to the other side as well. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go ahead and show you. So the divider, we'll follow up with this in about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, before we even think about releasing the divider. We want her to get bigger. We want him to get bigger. Both of these males to get bigger as well. Before we even bother trying to get a pair out of them. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please hit a like, and if you want to see more of these videos, you know, definitely hit a subscribe to Build Aquarium Workshop. Okay, thanks again. We'll have a good day.